Alright, so we are testing the Savage Model 10. I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned to you all that I put a new scope in it, a Vortex, and I changed the trigger. I removed the Accu trigger and I put a different one. First shot, this is 25 yards. Yeah, and that rifle per se is not the most expensive rifle, but it shoots. So now we're moving to 50 yards, and when I mean it shoots accurately. I don't often come to this range anymore because I have a membership in a private range, but that private range only opens after 11, and I wanted to get things done in my property today, so I was like, screw it, I'm going to the old range, which is free. All right, so we are now all right, what is this one? I think this one is like 75 yards, and here it is, 75 yards. And again, I'm sighting it right now. Doesn't mean that is the final I was gonna say the final countdown. No, that is not the final adjustment. I just try to get it now. So now let's move to 100 yards and see where we are on the paper. That's where I'm starting to dial in first, because what I did over there, well, not over there, but at home, is that I laser sight the rifle. That's why it was so accurate at 25 yards. All right, so here goes. Right here were the first 3 shots that I took, and then I adjusted it, and now I'm literally right here. So I'm gonna be taking a few more shots, 100 yards, and it should be fine. This one I should be 2 inches above the target, and it should be 0 at 200 yards. So, but I want to have it, the majority of the shots that we take is on 100 yards. So if I zero it at 100, more than enough. Most of the times animals are this close. This range is only 100 yards. That's what we do today. Then we walk over there. One of the reasons that I don't like coming here too much is because all the mess. But like I said, I needed to come here early because I got other things to do, and you can't take a firearm to the field unless you know it is working 100%. And since I installed a new trigger in there, well, it goes to reason that I needed to test it out, right? Now, the trigger, guys, that's all I can say. It's like, yes, I know I'm not a particular fan of those Accu triggers. And by the way, so you guys can see, that's how much water we have. Yeah, water boots. I'm not much of a fan of the Accu trigger, the one with the blades in it. I'd rather have the old-fashioned one. And once I replace that one, I mean, I've upgraded it. It's there, definitely there. I'm also using the Glock 29 today just to practice a little bit. You don't know, right? You got to practice. Back to the 100 yards and see where we at. Remember, ideally you want to be about 2 inches above the bullseye. That way at 200 yards, you would hit dead on target. Did I tell you that there's a lot of water here? Yeah. Somebody left a target here, and yay big, and I think I blew it out of the park. The top part, I hit it, which is a lot smaller than that one, and went somewhere. I don't know where. All right, target. Here we are. After adjustments, and if I recall correctly, again, I'll take that all day long. I think the rifle was pretty good. I mean, the trigger, I am amazed. Those rifles really don't cost that much money. I think I bought that one in Okeechobee, at the Walmart in Okeechobee, when I used to live in Florida. And I took it one, maybe twice. Was it hunting or just? And it was accurate. It was good enough. It was good. And I used the same scope that it had in there, you know, cheap scope. And again, it was accurate. The trigger, I never liked that IQ trigger it had. You were bumping and it was just, it needed to be upgraded. Well, now that it's upgraded, whoo, I see many animals in my future. Many animals. And again, it's really light. In fact, I was just shooting in. It didn't hurt my shoulder as much. Let's go at it again. The 25 yards, boom. The adjustments are working. All right, this one right here, 100 yards. All right, 100 yards. All right, let's go back again and do it all over. Hey, practice makes perfect, right? And yeah, you got to make sure that you hit it, and you hit it in the right spot, because otherwise, let me just put it like this: the last thing you want to do is having to track an animal potentially for miles, and then having to haul the animal for the same amount of miles that you had to track the animal, if it makes sense. So you may take the shot 25 yards away from where you at, and because you didn't sight at your rifle and the animal took off, now you have to walk, let's say, a mile. Yeah, let me put it like this: it is no fun walking a mile, and I'm gonna put it like this, with a whitetail on your shoulders. It's not fun. All right, let's send a couple more rounds and see where we at. Oh, by the way, yeah, make sure that you always get your brass. That way you can reload them. All right, so here we are, 25 yards, right in the bullseye. 75 yards, right in the bullseye. And if you look at the box, it says 100 yards, 2 inches above. So start aiming here, boom, area. Again, all of this, even if you put it together, is good enough for a large animal. Again, these are hunting rifles. These are not precision rifles. So I will practice more. I think we are okay. So when I patch this up and do a little bit more shooting with other calibers, I brought in the 410 and 22, the Savage Model 42. And I'm going to do a little bit of a 10 mil with the Glock 29. And after that, the buckshot I was using, and yeah, guys want to go see? Let's go see. So yeah, with the 22, 1, 2, 3 buckshots, big holes. All right, all done for today. The Savage Model 10. Like I said, I put a Vortex Tritium 39x40. This ones you can buy Amazon. They're about $99. If you are in Fairbanks or if you have a Sportsman, they are on sale right now for $89. I actually picked one up for last because he was complaining that his 22 was not shooting right. Then he said that it was the scope, so I got him one, and I need to bring it to sight the rifle, that is. In the back in here, you guys can see that I like having the butt pads or the pouches. Here you can put ammo. I don't have any ammo right here now because I'm in the range. Yes, I did put Don't Threat on Me the patching here, and I have the winter patching here. I just leave it in there, you know, just for funsies. And this one I really like that it has the 3-stage safe, fire, middle one. You can open the bolt, but you cannot press the trigger. Nothing. And the final one, no trigger, nope, the bolt is locked. But here, the second one, you can actually open the bolt. And I'm trying to do this with one hand, you also forgive me, but it is unsafe. Now, this is what I was telling you all. This little nub in here, it makes a hell of a difference. The one it comes with is kind of like tiny, so it's a little bit hard. This ones you can buy at Amazon, eBay, whatever. It's like $19. You got to put a dot of glue that it is included, and it has a screw. I put electric tape liquid, and you know, just to cover the screw. If you need to remove it, it's really easy. You just got to take it out, and that's it. And it does come with the glue that you put in here. You got to let it sit for 72 hours. That's one thing that I learned the hard way, because I tried to do it after 24 hours, still wiggly, but I did let it cure the second time after 72 hours, and it's nice. The scope comes with the rings, which is good. You guys can see some of my blood in here. I'm bleeding. Oh my god. The scope is performing good. The only bad thing in here is because this is an internal magazine. I can only put 4 rounds in here. That's it. That's all it takes. A good thing about this is that I don't have to worry about magazines, if you get what I'm saying. Now, I mentioned to you all about the trigger. The other trigger did have a little blade in here. This one does not. And I cannot tell you enough how happy I am with this trigger. Really easy to install, really easy. So Midway USA is the right way to go with that trigger. And if you want a Weaver for your Model 10, Midway USA was the place that I got it. Other than that, it's just the way it is. Actually, I think this is the break period for this rifle, because the more that I was thinking about it, and I was like, did I actually went ever hunting with this rifle? And I can't remember a time that I took it hunting. I might have taken them to the range, and I might have sent a few rounds back in Florida over 10 years ago, probably more, but never send more than a box. Like today I sent probably 2.5 boxes. So yeah, I'm comfortable with it now. I'm good. It is really lightweight, and of course you guys see my pack that I bring everywhere. This is how pretty much I try to keep my sling, at least one of them. I show you guys that I got more, but until this one kicks the bucket, they are gonna be using it. This has been with me for a very long time. It's getting old, but it still works. So if it's working, don't throw it away. Anyway, guys, thank you all for being here with me today. Thank you all for just spending a little bit of time with me and listening to me rambling and whatnot. Just thank you overall. And if you don't mind, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do, and make sure that you hit that notification. That way, well, you know when we post. Well, probably by now, you know that we post every day at 11 a.m. Alaska time. That being said, hope you have a great one, and I hope to see you in the next one.